Do you want to cultivate a love for wildlife and nature preservation with your children? Then nature journaling and nature walks are probably the thing for your family. Hi, I'm Emily. This is Going Out with the Pod, and I'm going to tell you all about how to nature journal and go on nature walks with your children. First, I'm going to have my daughter tell you how to go on a nature walk.
I'm going to show you how to enjoy a nature walk. A nature walk is super easy as long as you're taking in nature right from your door. It doesn't have to be long, elaborate, or far away. Just take time to smell the roses and sit on a log and listen. So here are some tips. Make sure you wear protective shoes to cover your toes and always wear a hoodie. Leave nature the way you found it or even cleaner. Try not to pick and pluck too much. You really don't want to disturb nature. Don't leave a trace you've been there if you can. Know your area's field laws.
It's illegal. Please see inside for details. So, you just asked if we can pick some of those berries. We can't.
Respect trespassing signs and trail markers. Stay on the path and try to stay quiet to allow nature to breathe.
Now my other daughter is going to tell you about what you need to bring along on your nature walk.
I'm going to show you what to put in your nature journal bag. And this is the bag that we use. First thing, you'll need a pad of paper to draw what you see. You'll also need a palette of beautiful watercolors. The great thing about the watercolor is that it dries fast. And also you need paintbrushes. These ones already have the water in it, so then you don't have to bring a cup. And also you can have some colored pencils. Some binoculars are great for bird watching. It's good to have a magnifying glass to look at bugs and other little things. And a pencil sharpener so then your pencils stay sharp. It's also good to have an eraser so that you can erase any mistakes. And it's also nice to have a number 2 pencil and a waterproof pen. It's also nice to have a compass so you can make anything with circles. And if you watch our circle video, you'll know how to make a phonology wheel with all the months, and we put nature in each month. And if you haven't seen the circle video, check for the card at the end of the video. And this is what it looks like all packed up. Oh, and be sure to bring a camera. If you don't have time to draw in the field, you can always draw from pictures at home. My mom will tell you about a nature journaling program that you can buy. You can find everything I showed you on the links below on Amazon. And make sure to have water with you so that you don't get too dehydrated.
Before I started nature journaling with my girls, I always loved hiking and doing art, but I never thought of combining the two together. And it wasn't until I started doing it with them and getting out in nature and drawing right beside them that things started to click and make sense. I started to understand the moon and the seasons so much better than I did when I was a girl, and it's been a really valuable study to me. So let me just show you some of the things you'd like to probably include in your drawing so that you have a real record of what you saw, when you saw it, and how you saw it. So here's my daughter. She's a 10. She did these little tree toads, and they're super cute here. They're little tadpoles. I helped write a little note for her about what was going on. She has the date and the title. This is just kind of basic. We did this out in the field, so it wasn't done at home from a picture where I kind of expect them to put a little more effort into the details. So here we have different flowers, and she has them all named, and again the date and her name. Always make sure that your child signs it. It's really important later on in life. I'm going to show you an example of mine. So I always make sure that I include the moon phase, the date and time, the location, and the classification. So you can look this up on Wikipedia even. Just on the internet, we'll have the classification for animals and the plants, and it's really good to learn that taxonomy there. So some personal notes about this lovely snake I found, and even sometimes I include when the sun sets and rises and what the weather and temperature are. It's really important to make sure that you are doing the nature journaling along with your children. Even if it doesn't quite look like this, that's okay. You just want to keep them encouraged that this is something that you enjoy too, because showing them that joy will help them mature in their drawing as well. These are some of mine, and I really have learned a lot alongside my girls. It's made it really come alive for them and for me too. It's my mom education. And I'm looking at probably publishing a book soon, so let me know in the comments if you would be interested in a book of my nature journals. If you're feeling kind of intimidated about all this nature journaling stuff, and maybe you're not very good at drawing yet, but you're going to work on it, a really good thing to jump in with is a moon phenology wheel, where you track the weather every day and you track the moon cycle. And it is just amazing what you learn, and have your kids do each one. February is a good month, but you can do it any month, and just start wherever your moon phase is at that month. Now, if you've watched my other videos about circles, you know how much I really love circles and use them a lot. So these are phenology wheels, and every month we put in a new picture that describes what's going on in nature that month, right here local out our back door. There is a wonderful program by Lynn Seddon. It's called Exploring Nature with Children, and it goes week by week through nature and what's happening around you. And also she has a how to make the phenology wheel I just showed you, and I'm going to put the link to that in the description below. I'm not affiliated with her, but I just love her. I want to support another homeschool mom, and so you should check that out. And if you are just aching to learn how to do better nature drawings and learn along with your kids, I'm going to have a link in the description of a wonderful program that you can sign up for classes, and another wonderful mother who's homeschooled her kids as well. So Jen Blenko has these amazing online courses of art and how to be a better field illustrator and nature journaler, and you would really love it. Make sure you check that out. I'm not in affiliation with her either, but I absolutely admire her work so much, and you would really get a kick out of it. So here are some kind of funky little tips that I have for you. If you happen to have boys, sometimes I hear that boys don't always want to just jump into art and nature journaling, and they want to go out and play, and that's absolutely wonderful, and you should let them do that. But for the drawing, go ahead and let them draw poop. It's an exciting way to draw animal scat and get them excited about drawing, and it's alright, you don't have to shy away from that. It really is science. And also, as we're talking about setting the example by drawing yourself and nature journaling along with your kids, you do want to make sure that you're also being brave with your kids and setting an example about how you're not grossed out or scared of things like bees and bugs and the kind of the ugly side of nature that we don't think is so pretty, like butterflies and rainbows. Kind of squelching that inside yourself that you want to go ooh, and make facial expressions, that actually can lead a child kind of negative thinking about certain parts of nature, and you want to cultivate that they're fascinated with it, even the things that aren't as pretty and fun. And have I got a big old stack of books to show you. If you could only buy one nature journaling book, I would definitely get The Law's Guide to Nature Journaling. I'll have a link in the description below. This is amazing. Everything you could ever need to know about how to draw nature, and it's real art instruction. This is a must-have. This one is also very nice on landscapes. She's got some wonderful, whoa, that's kind of hard. Wonderful information about drawing clouds and all kinds of stuff in here. You definitely love this one. And keeping a nature journal. We've gotten lots of wonderful information and how-tos out of this. And for those of you who like watching the night sky, this is great too. It was a really good layout. Easy with the spiral bound to lay open and look at on the trampoline at night. And kind of for the younger kids, but my older kids kind of got a kick out of these. The reasons for the seasons and the moon book, really great, especially if you're kind of rusty on how that all works. And then what we see in the stars. This was really beautiful and kind of different, but it describes each of the constellations and how the moon and the planets work too. And then the nature anatomy book. We have just loved this. Like, here's clouds. Always wanted to know more about clouds when I was a girl and how the moon works. And there's some information on butterflies and plants. This has got it all. And it's kind of like a nature journal in and of itself. So those links will be down in the description below. And if you like this video, share it with your friends. And please comment below and tell us, what do you do on your nature journaling? What do you do for your walks? What do you pack for your nature journaling? And just let us know. It's really fun to hear from you guys. And make sure that you like the video and that you subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. And let us know what you think. Be sure to find us on Instagram and Facebook and post your pictures of your nature journaling or your adventures with your kids. We'd love to see.
You're laughing again. And if you love, I'm gonna.
And make sure you have water with your lunch.
It doesn't have to be long, elaborate, or even time-consuming. Time-consuming is a really wrong word.